In this video, I'm going to be ranking all the expansion packs for The Sims 1. Let's start with Live and Large, the first expansion pack. I'm going to put it in best, I think. It was the first expansion pack I ever played. It was not the first expansion pack I ever got because I played it at a friend's house. And it just introduced, I think, a load of quite key, almost iconic items and features that are now in the later Sims games. And I think some people don't really realize that they actually originally came with Live and Large, such as the Grim Reaper, the Tragic Clown, servos, certain items that I particularly remember really liking, the chemistry set, also the gnome making table. I know they added that later in Make and Magic as well, but that originally came in Live and Large, and you can actually make a living off doing that in The Sims 1. The Sims 1 doesn't really have like a freelance system, but you can just have your Sims stay at home all day and make gnomes and sell them, get the mechanical skill up to level 10 and make a fortune. So the next pack is The Sims House Party. I'm going to put this in okay. Yeah, I do really like this pack. I don't feel this one was quite as sort of revolutionary as Live and Large. It was the second pack, so maybe Live and Large was a bit of a hard act to follow. I don't know. There are some really cool items that come in this pack, such as the dance floor and the disco booth, the dance cage, the buffet table. It's the first time they have had a buffet table in the game. Also the bubble blower. It also added the ability for you to call over Sims to your house that you didn't know, which in The Sims 1 is quite a big deal because you need a lot of friends to progress in your career. So you can just click on the phone, click throw party multiple times, and all of the Sims in the neighborhood will just come to your house, even if you don't know them. So that actually is quite a useful feature. So the next pack is The Sims Hot Date. This pack, so I just remember this, but I just remember this being quite controversial at school. Like if you had The Sims Hot Date, you were kind of cool. I remember not kind of being allowed to have it, or it was kind of awkward, the idea of having it. I didn't have it for ages, but it actually was the first pack to introduce being able to leave the house in The Sims. So you could go downtown, go to the shops, go to restaurants, go on dates, go to the park, go to the beach. So I'm definitely going to put this in, what's the category under great? Yeah, good. I don't think it was as iconic as Live and Large, kind of long term. I feel like with Live and Large now is like a little bit forgotten, whereas people remember Hot Date, but then I don't know how to explain, but I feel like Hot Date was more obviously emulated in later packs with like nightlife, or some aspects of it were kind of in The Sims 3 Late Night. Live and Large is like kind of underrated, like it kind of needs that recognition, I feel. So yeah, that's what's happening with Live and Large anyway. But yeah, at the time, Hot Date was quite a moment, to be honest, yeah. The next pack is The Sims Vacation. The Sims Vacation, I really like this pack. I played it a lot. It's kind of the same premise as Hot Date, really, except you can actually stay overnight when you go away. So when you go downtown in Hot Date, you can't stay overnight, or you can, but your Sims will get really tired and moody, and then they won't want to do anything. Whereas in The Sims Vacation, you can like check into a hotel. You've got 3 different areas you can visit: the beach area, the mountain area, and the forest area. There's like tokens to collect, and then there's like rewards you can get from the carnival. I love the carnival. Sims Vacation Carnival is that's such a good feature. It's really, really fun. So I'm gonna put this next to Hot Date. I think Hot Date introduced this concept of um leaving the house, and that was kind of novel with Hot Date, and Vacation kind of repeated the principle of that, but developed it in a slightly different way. Very solid pack. So the next pack is The Sims Unleashed. The Sims Unleashed was the first expansion pack that I actually owned. I remember going to the shop and getting it with my brother. I think it was like the most recent pack at that point. And it was like, yeah, let's get this one because it has an expanded neighborhood of 40 lots, community lots, pet stores, cafes, shops, garden center, farmers market. There's really quite a lot in Unleashed. I think it's one of those kind of core packs that kind of underpins gameplay in The Sims 1. Like if you don't have Unleashed, you don't have that expanded neighborhood. I did like the gardening. The gardening was really difficult because like gophers would come along and ruin your garden, and I think you have to get like a scarecrow to keep them away. But also you could live off the land. You could harvest your crops, put them in your larder or your pantry. Pantry? I think they're like it's like a pantry, and then you don't have to pay for food anymore. So that was a really cool feature. That was a really cool feature. And also everything that was in The Sims 1 is like novel. Like this has not been done before, so we're not comparing to like a previous iteration of the game. I'm not gonna put this in the top. I'm not gonna put it in the top though. I'm not gonna put it in the top. I feel like I almost should, but I'm not. I feel like for me, I didn't play with like pets maybe as much as some people did. So I really appreciate what Unleashed did for the game, but I don't feel like pets for me personally was like the most important feature ever, if that makes sense. And the main feature of Unleashed is ultimately pets. So I'm going to put that right in there next to Vacation. So the sixth expansion pack was Superstar. Superstar is one of my favorites. I'm putting that in the top tier, in the top category next to Live and Large. I really feel like they really went all out with this. Firstly, this pack is particularly, I would say, okay, Superstar is quite difficult to play. Like if you want to succeed as a celebrity, it's quite hard. It's not easy to play, but when you get into it and you get into the challenge of having to develop your charisma and your body and your creativity skills, and you have to make friends with celebrities who will frequently reject you because they think you're not famous enough. Once you kind of get into the swing of all of that, yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. And there's definitely consequences if you don't do things very well. Like you're going to get an obsessed fan who's going to hang around your house and harass you if you don't interact with your fan base. Yeah, I don't know. Superstar is really excellent. And honestly, the vibe of the pack is immaculate. You've got this like Art Deco kind of 1920s vibe, and then you've also got this ultra modern vibe, and then the music of the pack emulates these two vibes. You've got this like big band music, which I love, and then this like ultra kind of upbeat electronic music. Superstar is immaculate. Immaculate. And then the last pack is The Sims Making Magic. I'm going to put it in the top tier as well. I think it's more niche. It's not for everyday gameplay. It's just a massive pack. There's so much to do. It's going to take you a long time to discover all the spells and charms and gather all the different ingredients. And some of those are easy to gather, and some of them are much more difficult. You have to go on quests and like complete different puzzles and things. The game is not going to give you everything straight away. So that's going to take you quite a lot of time, which makes you want to come back to the game because it's actually challenging, kind of like Superstar. It's quite challenging, but it's fun along the way. It's not frustrating. And then I suppose the ultimate reward is that you can live in Magic Town. But again, the game doesn't give you that up front. You have to earn enough Magic coins and develop your like magical, I suppose, expertise to be able to do that. So that's my ranking of the Sims 1 expansion packs. Feel free to disagree. Would love to hear your thoughts. So see you in the next video. Bye.